All right. This is Up a Creek with Two Paddles with Blake
and Austin.
This is episode number 52.
Hell yeah.
July 14th, 2024. Post Trump attempted assassination.
I knew we were going to talk about that today.
No, hit us up at upacreek@thepaddlepod.com for all of your inquiries, whether they be business or stupidity.
Business or pleasure.
Business or pleasure.
The email is always listed down in the description below the episode on podcast platforms and on YouTube. So if you don't understand what us rednecks say when we quickly say upacreek@thepaddlepod.com, just check the description.
Dude, so how long did it take you to find out that Trump had gotten attempted to be shot at?
So Brett Snapchatted our family group.
What time?
I have no clue. I was just I don't even know what I was doing. I think I was playing video games. And I didn't realize it made contact.
Dude, a 22 bullet hit his ear.
Because all I saw was he was just a Snapchat of the TV that said like shots fired at Trump rally, Trump rushed off stage. So I didn't realize he actually got hit until this morning.
Dude, it went through his ear, I believe, and
hit the guy behind him.
Is that who died?
They killed the guy who shot him.
Right, I saw that. But no, one spectator in the crowd was killed. No, two were injured.
Two were seriously injured. One was killed. I don't know, but I assume if it hit an ear and he's got people 360 degrees around him, it's hitting somebody.
One of those guys got hit for sure.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think it was one spectator who got killed and then two got shot that were trying to protect him, I think.
Okay.
And apparently the guy was on a rooftop.
Yes.
Adjacent. So what did he shoot through a window? Like,
I have no clue.
How the fuck does that
Literally
work?
what we just discussed is all I know about it.
Dude, it probably took the world all of about 30 seconds to find out. It's like everything happens so quickly now.
Yes. Bro, that picture.
Dude, every single Snapchat story, or not Snapchat story, Instagram story I click on is just Trump with a bloody ear doing this.
Bro.
Like a fucking pirate.
That's not like Teddy Roosevelt level, but it's close.
Dude, that's easily... It's different. It's
very different.
It's different.
Because he got rushed off stage. We're in modern times.
It's Teddy Roosevelt, like Andrew Jackson style.
Teddy Roosevelt, didn't he? Yeah, he gave a 3-hour speech with a bullet in his ribcage.
Did he really?
Yes.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
And he was like, it's going to take a lot more than that to take down a bull moose.
So is this the first attempted president assassination in our lifetime? Or at least, he's not president now, but he was.
That I can remember, yeah. Presidential candidate as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Because I don't think that there was any attempt. No, I was always worried. You remember everybody was always worried that there would be the crazy attempt on Obama's life.
Yeah,
he was the first black president. But I don't think that ever happened, thank goodness.
I don't think so.
But golly, I
feel like we would remember it.
Dude, Trump, I'm not surprised. To be honest, I'm not surprised.
No, not at all. And it was just some young, stupid dude.
Was he, what was
My mom said he had
background?
just turned 21.
Gotcha.
Just a young idiot. Probably a psycho.
The kid, man.
Yeah, just young and dumb. I've been there. I haven't taken shots at the president, but I've been young and dumb.
Yeah. No,
he ain't young and dumb no more. He's young and dead.
Jesus. He should be, to be quite honest.
But no, my mom was like, oh, the hatred. I'm like, sure, you can call it hatred, but it's just stupidity.
It's more ignorant.
It's simply stupidity.
It's probably...
First of all, anybody who thinks killing the figurehead, he's not even sitting president. Anybody who thinks killing a figurehead will change anything about how this government is run is fully stupid, fully ignorant.
Dude, yeah.
It's going to change nothing.
It might have a slight trajectory of change.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
How we doing?
I'm just checking to make sure. I feel like we might be peaking a little bit, so I'll just try and... Since I don't really want to walk across this river to adjust the levels, I'll try and just keep the microphone a little bit further.
Yeah, but fuck that, man. Everybody says the world's ending. It seems pretty good where I'm at.
Oh, it seems really good in my general surroundings right now.
Yeah.
You didn't even mention where we are.
We're in a beautiful valley.
If you're just listening, we are fully in the water.
You can't miss it.
My ass is wet,
Mine
and
too.
I'm enjoying that fact.
Wet and proud. Wet and proud. No,
Oh, man.
But yeah, no. What creek? I think it's called Karims Creek.
It's not Cannons Creek. I think I crossed over at Cannons Creek.
I don't think it's Cannons Creek, but I think it's a part of we're right underneath or right adjacent to the Palmetto Trail,
Yes.
running from Peak to Prosperity. So yeah, it's a pretty cool spot if you want to come check it out.
Again, right outside of Monticello.
Yeah.
It just so happens we have all of this beautiful nature exactly right in between where me and you live.
Just literally all just forest.
Oh,
right
that's
in the
nice.
middle. Yeah, it's cool.
Good
But yeah,
idea.
no, I found out on the way to the Copa America game.
Oh yeah, you went there. How was that?
Yeah.
That's where you were going, Charlotte, when you called me.
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
that, Friday night? No, Saturday.
That was yesterday.
Yesterday night. Yeah.
Dude. It was it was a cool experience. It was Canada and Uruguay in
Yeah.
the third place match. So
As-
it was the losers of the two semifinals.
As predicted.
Did I call that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's.
It's two games.
But I'm saying like what it was Argentina, Uruguay,
Argentina, Canada.
Canada, and then what was the fourth one?
No, it's sorry, it was Colombia.
Yeah, so we were both like Argentina, Colombia probably got it in lock a little better than especially Canada, and Uruguay was kind of more of a throw up. Like,
Dude, okay, so they had the third place match in Charlotte on Wednesday night, I believe, and it was Uruguay Colombia, and the game was so heated, and the stands were full. Like I think that place holds 55,000 people. There was probably about 45,000 Colombian fans in that motherfucker. Like Colombian fans, Brazilian fans, Argentina fans, Mexico fans, they're all known for traveling really well in the United States.
Yeah.
But Uruguay is a little bit smaller country. It's not nearly as big as Argentina or Brazil,
Right.
or Colombia for that matter. So there wasn't. I think the game I went to yesterday, the third place match in Charlotte, was only 25,000 attendance. Because it's the Canada and they don't have. Canada and Uruguay don't have the two biggest
Right.
fan bases in the States. But dude, it was a cool game. We were sitting around mostly Uruguayan fans, and they ended up winning the match. It was a really, really great soccer game, dude. It was cool. That's the first like world class soccer game I've ever been to,
Hell
like
yeah.
truly. Because okay, like take this into account. They've ranked so each country has their own professional soccer league. You know what I
Okay,
mean? So
yeah.
like Spain, England, Germany, Portugal, France, United States, Mexico, Brazil, they all have their own
Right.
like professional soccer league. And they rank the soccer leagues around the world. The MLS is 15th in terms of professional
And that's
top
US?
league. Yeah.
Yeah.
Top league soccer. So we're not even in the top 10 for like, professional soccer leagues
And I
in the world.
assume most of the people ahead of us are Latin countries.
European and Latin, yeah.
Oh yeah, like
Most the top are European, and then it's like Brazilian league, and what else?
Argentina's got to be beating us.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're a league.
I mean, all the ones you just mentioned, fucking
Yeah.
Uruguay, Argentina,
they all have
Colombia.
professional leagues. Yeah, right. I'm sure that I think there's some even African and Asian leagues ahead of us.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, but anyway, my point is like you can go to an MLS game and you can make the argument that you're really not even seeing world class soccer game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like it's not world class. It's not necessarily world class soccer,
It'd be like going.
even though they're professionals.
It'd be like going to like.
A hockey game in the United States.
Well, it'd be like going to like Romania and watching a professional basketball game.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I totally, that makes sense. Or you know how they used to do like the town would have like a WWE fight in like a field?
Oh God. Or like the middle school gym.
Yeah.
Something like that.
The local church fellowship hall. Dude, yeah, that's funny. But dude, it was.
We hold this for a second. I'm about to adjust the camera just a tad.
Yeah, there's your mic. But yeah, dude, it was awesome, dude. The Uruguayan fans, there was a couple of Uruguayan fans in front of us that were, dude, they were going hard at the end of the game. I was like very impressed with these ladies going at it. I'm telling you, dude. It was cool. I mean, the best part of the game was probably, oh man, they went to penalties and Luis Suarez made his after he had talked a bunch of shit to the Canadian players. So that was pretty cool. And it's probably his last. If anybody doesn't know who Luis Suarez is, he's a very, very famous striker from Uruguay. He's very notorious for causing problems on the pitch. Like, he is a motherfucker, and he's going to get in your face. He's going to talk shit. He's going to push you. He's going to make you uncomfortable, and he's going to try to get under your skin. And he does it every single fucking game, and he did it last night. And I was like, damn, Luis Suarez shouldn't even be on the field right now. They took out the better striker to put Luis Suarez in. He's old. He's washed up. He shouldn't even be on the field. He scored the game equalizer to go into PKs and then made his penalty kick to win the game.
Oh, wow.
I was dumbfounded. But yeah, it was sweet. It was a good game.
Yeah, that sounds like it would have been a fun watch.
Like, on the way there, me and my brother were like, best case scenario, it's like 1-1, 2-2 PKs.
Yeah.
Because that's like the most exciting way the game can go down. It was
coming down to the nitty-gritty.
Exactly. It was exactly that. We had 2 goals in the first half early, 2 really good goals, and then we had 2 goals in the last 10 minutes of the game to send it to PKs.
Oh, geez.
It was a sweet game, man.
That's fine.
And it was so cool to like listen to. I love listening to Spanish. Like, I don't know a lick of Spanish.
Yeah.
Like, at all. But I love listening to it. There was this chirpy girl. Like, she was a young girl. She was probably like our age. She was with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend was super chill. Like, he wasn't getting up, screaming, nothing. This girl was going at it, homie. Like, she was yelling slurs in Spanish. I just know it. That I wish, because like because we were watching the second half and Uruguay was looking flat. They were like, because Uruguay was the better team throughout the tournament. Canada was like the dark horse. Right, like they're just a scrappy team with some good players, and their whole is better than all their individual parts.
Right,
if that makes sense.
No star players, but a damn good fucking
a good
ball
unit.
club.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Whereas other teams have a lot of great stars, but they're not as great as the sum of all those parts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so Uruguay is almost like the opposite. They have a lot more star players, but as a unit haven't played like necessarily their best, I guess, this tournament. But even though they got to the semifinals, which obviously like that's a stupid criticism. So they haven't played that great at the tournament. They got to the semifinals, so. But anyway, it was a good game. I love listening to Spanish, and I don't know, like, I wish Americans were more into soccer, just because I always like I knew from a very, very young age that soccer was my favorite sport. Like, I'm talking like, you know, after I played flag football for a couple years and t-ball. By the time I was 6 or 7, I was like, soccer's the one for me.
Yeah.
Like, it was early. So, and I always, you know, everybody was always like, you know, soccer's lame. You know, I literally heard that so much growing up because we're in America and we just, especially in the South.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
And being
especially
from
in the
Union,
South. Yeah.
No one gives a fuck about soccer.
You're gay for soccer.
You're gay if you play. Dude, I literally heard that growing up.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous.
And I just wish Americans, you know, would like soccer a little bit more. But we have so many other sports that other countries don't have. Like, you know.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
So what are you going to do? Who gives a fuck?
Well,
But dude, soccer is definitely the most popular sport worldwide. Like,
it's close between soccer and cricket.
That's true.
Cricket's a big one in India, who has a fucking fifth of the world's population.
The only other athlete in the top 10 of followed people on social media besides Messi and Cristiano is a cricket player from India.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but there's these wasps all over the dune over there.
Ah, they're chilling.
You see them?
Yeah.
Or it might be dirt daubers. I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of looks like dirt daubers. Is that a southern thing?
It might be just as wasp.
I mean, I've rarely heard anybody else call them dirt daubers.
Yeah.
I think that's got to be a southern slang for a dirt nest building wasp species.
Oh my God. Speaking of soccer, we've been talking about soccer. You remember that word that I told you that is a European or an English slang?
Yeah.
Dude, this fucking commentator that commentates all the American games, he's a fucking square. I can't remember his name, but he's such a fucking lame-o. He thinks it's so cute to say it on American TV. I can just tell because he said it a couple of times, and I'm like, dude, no one knows that word.
And he just feels like he's getting away with something.
Because he watches soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, so it gets on my nerves, dude.
Oh, man.
He thinks he's so cute to say it. I wish I remember his name. Oh, God. Anyway. That's probably not great commentary because no one knows what we're talking about. But
I mean, anybody into soccer may.
yeah,
But
right.
did you say that was in the Carolina Panther Stadium?
Yeah, Bank of America.
Hell yeah. That's fucking sick. That's a nice stadium. I like that place.
It is so nice.
It's a very nice stadium.
How are they so ass at football?
They weren't. Very recently, they weren't.
Not for the last 10 years.
Dude, Cam Newton's run?
That was 10 years ago.
Really?
That was 12 years ago, dude.
I would have said 8.
Dude, no. It's been longer than that. They went to the Super Bowl in like 2012.
Either way. I mean, teams fluctuate.
You're right.
Buffalo's good right now.
Charlotte's just rich as fuck. So
Yeah, yeah.
their parking garage, that parking garage was squeaky clean, homie.
I haven't really spent much time in in Charlotte.
Really?
I think I went there for a couple concerts. I went to an ECU Carolina game that was played in the Panther Stadium. I think that's it. I've never really spent too much time in Spartanburg. God, why do I keep saying Spartanburg? In Charlotte.
There's a really cool art museum that's basically free to get into in Charlotte.
Really?
We always used to tell our parents that we were going to go up there and go to the art museum. And we'd go there for like an hour. And then we'd skate around downtown Charlotte for like 4 hours. I can't believe they let us do that when we were kids, dude. That is insane. Like, let's say you have a 15-year-old, or like a 16-year-old that can drive.
Yeah.
And they have maybe like a friend and a brother or 2 friends, whatever. And they're like, yeah, we're going to go to Charlotte and check out
an art museum. Sure.
What would you like? What would you say? Would you say like, yeah, go ahead, or like what would be your thing? Do you think?
It's hard nowadays. It'd be a no. I think I'd have to be there. I'd have to come with. But also, like, I'm into art. I'm your dad. We can bond over some art.
2 years before they're supposed to go to college.
And then I'm the type of, and I would assume you would be too, if you were still young and spry, right, as you are now with a 15-year-old, you're like, bro, I'll just come skate with you.
That's true.
Yeah. Like, you don't have to lie to me. Just,
right.
I don't mind if we go up there, spend an hour in the art museum and skate. Just please let me be there so that I'm not worried for your life.
Right. No, yeah, you're right.
But then again, if you set the clock back 15 years, the world was a different place fucking 15 years ago.
Place. Totally different. And I don't even know in what ways. Like, I don't even think you think it's more dangerous now? I wouldn't even say that.
I wouldn't say it's more dangerous. I think the danger is just more shoved in our face.
That's probably it.
I think that's a big part of it.
That's probably
I think it's potentially, like, maybe a couple percentages more dangerous, like almost a negligible amount more dangerous.
Just because people are more poor now.
Yeah, that's a really good point as well.
People are poor now.
Yeah, people get desperate.
Yeah. That's when crime goes up, when people are fucking hungry or scared.
Oh, man.
But anyway, sorry.
I was listening to the new Brittany Howard album on the way down here. Bro.
Oh, solo?
Yeah, Brittany Howard put out a new album. It is... I've only listened to it once. It might be in my top 10 favorite albums already.
Wow.
It is very, very good.
What's the style?
It's very, like, psychedelic rock. Like, it's hard to describe the whole album because there are a couple outliers. There's one song that's more almost like a house music type of vibe, but really well done. And I would say it's like a psychedelic rock with almost like a touch of like beach music feel. That might not be the most accurate way to describe it, but
it's summer feeling.
A kind of summer feeling psychedelic rock. It's very airy and spacious, really good vocal harmonies with like...
what's the album called?
With I think it's called What Next. I may be wrong. And then it's got like a splash of like groovy R&B.
Oh, yeah.
It's so fucking good. It's more, in my opinion, it's more similar to what she's done with Alabama Shakes than a lot of her other solo music. It's more of that rock style vibe. Super well produced though.
What happened to Alabama Shakes?
I don't know. I think they just all kind of. I don't think there's any bad blood with them. I think it was just kind of everybody. They had a really good run and they kind of wanted to do their own thing. I don't think there's. I don't know. But I only knew about the album because she actually just did the Danny Brown show.
Really?
Yes.
Did you watch it?
I listened to it on my way to work Friday, and I was like, I have to listen to that album, and it does not disappoint.
Dude, after I listen to someone on a podcast like that, I'm so much more inclined to listen to their music.
For me, it's with comedians.
That's
like, there's a lot of comics where I'm like, I know their name, but I have like 15 comics that I just follow constantly because they're my favorite comics. But every now and then I'll get introduced to a new guy through an interview or a podcast, and I'll go down their rabbit hole. Like, what are your favorite comics working right now? Could you name 10?
Yeah, I can name 10.
I'll give you my.
But like, to be honest, I wish I had more time to like really
think about it.
No.
Or like kind of go down, listen to their
absorb content.
Oh yeah.
In general.
Yeah, luckily I listen to podcasts all day at work. So I listen to anywhere from 6 to 10 hours of podcast a day.
What definitely comes to mind first is like I watched all of Cat Williams stuff back recently. He's probably one of my favorites.
He's a good one.
My favorite.
He's a good one. He's
I've
that
watched,
old school style though, where he doesn't change up his set nearly as often.
He doesn't.
But that was the style back then. It's a little bit different nowadays.
They'll throw a little bit of a flair, a little bit special flair on their sets. But yeah, they do. I don't know. Cat wasn't as bad about it.
No, that's not what I mean. But I'm just saying in relation to how comics do it nowadays, where every year it's a new hour.
Yeah, but back then, even Cat, he brought up premises. He repeated premises a lot. Maybe he delivered them in different ways, but similar topics.
It's also, you said you just watched. It's been a while since I've seen a bunch of Cat Williams.
Yeah, I've watched all of Joe Rogan's stuff. I've watched a lot.
Joe's not in my top 10
for favorite comedians.
Yeah, for stand-up wise.
He has a couple of specials that I really love. Like, I remember his very first special that he did at the Comedy Store was one of my favorite ones ever.
Yeah.
And then Strange Times, I like that one a fucking lot. Which one was the one where he did the Kardashian bit? I think that was Strange Times.
It's been a while since I watched Joe.
That's definitely one of my favorite bits. But who else? Obviously,
so you're at 2.
Tom Segura. Tony Hinchcliffe is really good too.
I don't know that I've seen a Tony special.
God,
I only see him on Kill Tony.
I'm gonna throw a lady in there. What's that Southern? I've watched a couple of her stuff. That lady from Tennessee, that tall blonde who wears the beautiful dresses, the long Southern sundresses. Dude, she's so funny. God, I can't remember her name.
Bigger girl or no?
I mean, she's not like heavily overweight or anything, but she's a bigger woman.
Because I'm thinking of like Fortune Feimster.
No. Dude, God, what is this woman's name? Dude, she's so funny.
I'll be honest. There's not a woman in my top 10 either.
I'm just naming. You said if I could name 10 comics.
Oh yeah. I could probably name 30.
But yeah. Anyway, yeah. I listened to her stand up recently. Christina P's Mom Jeans was pretty funny.
She's funny.
Yeah, that was funny. I'm trying to think. Who else?
Also,
Sam Talent, who just did the Joe Rogan.
Sam Talent's great. I like him more on podcast, and I like his stand-up. I like his conversation style. He's very funny. I like him.
Tim Dillon's fucking awesome.
Again, I don't think I've ever seen a Tim Dillon special. Just only on podcast. A lot.
Right.
I mean,
I've watched
there's
some
so much out there. It's hard to make time to see everything.
Dude, it's impossible. Dude, Theo, obviously. Theo's a good one. There. I mean, he's just, dude, he's wild. What about you got to go Bill Crosby?
Crosby?
Just kidding. I mean, he was a comic.
Cosby?
Cosby, I'm sorry.
Crosby. Crosby was a Santuck name. We had some friends with the last name Crosby. AJ Crosby and...
you remember Roscoe Crosby from Union? Who was the famous football player?
Yeah.
Dude, he was like the #1 recruit in the nation.
Out of high school?
Football and baseball.
Damn.
Dude, he was nuts.
I know he was talented.
Yeah, he ended up going to Clemson, I think. But anyway, yeah, dude. I wish I could. Yeah. It's so hard for me to, even when I turn stuff on to watch it, I can't focus on anything because my fucking children.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
so
true.
hard to just focus. Like,
That's true.
Like, oh man, this movie's 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I really want to fucking watch it.
30 minutes at a time, maybe.
Dude,
if you're lucky.
It's frustrating to say the least.
You get a 30-minute window over the course of 4 days to watch a 2-hour movie during nap time.
It's hilarious. But yeah, so I wish I had more time, but at the same time, whatever. I'm at a different stage in life. I'll have more time later.
You're spending time on the right things.
Yeah, I saw one thing, like, I'm gonna have all my hard work done by the time I'm 45.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, if I have 2 kids, Sawyer was born in 2024. Let's go 18 years from that. That would be 42.
Yeah, you'll be chilling.
Which would be, I would be 45.
The worries don't end at 18, though.
God knows.
Just a lot of the work does.
A lot more of the work, is over. But
I mean,
so
in that
I'll be
case,
45, dude.
Yeah, you'll be chilling.
Hannah will be 42.
You'll be chilling at 50.
Dude, I gotta get a vasectomy.
You don't want a third?
But I'm scared, man. No, I
You don't want a daughter?
I don't. I mean, not that I don't want a daughter. It's just like
Two's good.
Two's good, man. Dude, the newborn stage is brutal.
And you got
It's brutal.
2 healthy kids.
Yeah.
Good age gap in them.
I don't want to chance it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel you.
But yeah, dude, two's like, I don't understand how. I don't know. I just don't understand how people have like fucking
5 kids.
I just don't. I don't get it, man.
It's work. Those people are more.
They're built different.
Yeah.
Or they just don't give a fuck.
They're better folks than I am.
Yeah.
Well, if they're good parents, they're better folks than I am.
Right, because Elon Musk has like 12 kids.
Yeah.
How much time does he spend with those kids?
Well, I mean, I can't answer that.
So do you think it's a direct correlation? The more money you make, the less time you have to spend with your kids?
Not have to. I think there's a lot of millionaires, maybe not billionaires, but a lot of multi-millionaires that prioritize free time.
Right.
There's a few out there, a few good ones. But no, my I'd say just real quick, top 10 comedians. I gotta go Louis C.K., Jim Gaffigan. I really like Mark Norman. I like Joe List a lot.
Dude, Mark Norman is so fucking funny.
Yes. Love Mark Norman. Gotta throw Shane Gillis in there.
He's hot.
Gotta throw Shane in there. I love Shane. I said it would be easy. I'm at 5. I'm blanking.
How about these nuts? I'm just kidding.
You didn't even. There was no setup. That's not a D's nuts joke. There's got to be a setup.
You set up yourself.
I'll leave it at 5. That's a good little.
That's a good. 5.
Tom Segura is easily another one for me.
Dude,
one of my favorites.
I didn't even think about Mark Norman, but I love the way he does comedy.
Me too.
I fucking love it.
Jimmy Carr. I really like his style. Just joke.
That's
not really a storyteller.
Australian dude, or is he a Brit?
British.
He's Brit.
Dude,
why is his skin so white?
He is very white.
He looks like a toilet, dude. He looks like a porcelain figurine.
I'm not going to say anything because I'm a pasty white motherfucker myself.
No, but you don't like you wear makeup. I think someone just does his makeup way too light, man.
Potentially. I don't know.
Maybe he likes it like that.
I don't know.
They don't get much sun up there.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
But he's funny too.
Hold on, that's 7. I can do 3 more.
His jokes are a little bit more blunt and obvious.
I watched recently. Dan Soder's really funny.
How about that Nick?
Nate Bargatze?
Nate Bargatze, sorry.
He's a good one.
My
really
mom
funny.
really likes him. Dude, he's interesting because me and you tend to lean more towards dirty comics.
Yeah.
More dirty style.
Yeah.
It's funny because my mom, she was like, have you heard of this comic, Nate Bargatze? I was like, yeah, I've seen some of his stuff. I was like, yeah, he's kind of a square comic, you know what I mean? Like, he talks on a lot of normal, like, he doesn't do any dirty stuff, really.
And he's what, from Tennessee?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Very relatable to us.
For sure. But no, he's really funny, but I love how his jokes are super, like, about everyday shit. And that's what I think my mom likes about him. They're just really easy to digest, very well done, jokes about normal everyday stuff. Like, he does that really, really well.
Oh, for
towards
sure,
like that
for sure.
average person. When me and you are kind of like lean more towards wild shit.
Yeah, a little more.
Like Mark Norman will throw some wild shit at you every now and
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
And he'll like pop it out at you after like 3 other easier jokes.
Yeah, I
love how he does that.
Mark Norman has a very good mix of saying shit just to be a little ridiculous
Yes.
while also doing really,
Sound points.
well, really, really thoughtful might be I would say thoughtful, observational comedy.
Right. Absolutely.
Which he's very influenced by Seinfeld.
Oh, you can tell. Just that snappy, the way they're snappy.
Well, I'm in New York. I mean, obviously he's from New Orleans, but him and Joe
was he from New Orleans, for real?
Yeah.
Mark Norman? I didn't realize he was from New Orleans.
I think he's been in New York for maybe 15 years now.
He didn't have that southern accent at all.
No. I think he made a point to ditch it. He's not a fan of the Cajun accent. But he also, I've heard him say a lot about how much Cajun is overplayed. Especially because he grew up in New Orleans, not in the outskirts, not in the swamp.
He was in the city.
In the city of New Orleans, so it was a little less of the complete redneck backwoods Cajun.
Right.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
Fucking, what's the dude, Crawdad, the Cajun guy who's constantly cooking crawdads on social media.
I haven't seen this guy.
God, what's his name?
Have you seen the guy that throws a stick of butter on the flat top? 1 stick of butter now. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
He started doing videos with his son. Dude, that is the move. If you get popular on fucking social media cooking basic food, make a seasoning and you will make money.
Oh, yeah.
2 sticks of butter now, y'all.
Oh, man.
Like he started just doing like super basic flat top cooking.
You're
dude.
right. Dude,
And everybody loved it.
I'm very entertained by a Cajun accent.
Me too.
For sure.
Me too. Well, I mean, people don't watch Swamp People for the intellectual conversation. I mean, they watch it to hear Cajun yell at alligators, bro.
Shoot 'em. Oh, man. I think there was something else I was going to talk about that I was thinking about on my way down here, but it's done slipped my mind.
So did you end up watching the debate between
No.
Okay.
Oh, you talking about Terrence Howard?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go political. Honestly, Joe annoyed me more than anybody on that podcast.
He did. It was close.
Joe was annoying me because like Eric Weinstein was
Eric.
Weinstein or Weinstein? I think it's Stein.
He's Weinstein.
He was trying to be very methodical about how he broke down the points, and Joe was like kind of encouraging him to jump all over the place.
He was.
And
look at that cardinal. Holy shit.
I listened to the first hour, and I was at work, and I just felt like my ears were getting barraged with Joe and Terrence being a little too talkative, so I cut it off.
The first hour was chaotic. You have to get past the first hour.
Okay.
And then that's when
Dude,
Brett.
I'm so done with it.
When Brett starts to make a lot of his great points.
Yeah.
And a lot of his stuff is a lot of the things you already talked about, how, he doesn't need to teach because he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Right.
He has an inquisitive mind that has stumbled across a beautiful thing.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that he should teach the way he dogmatizes the universe.
He needs to take the time to, one, reevaluate his relationship with academics, because I think that's holding him back a good bit.
Absolutely.
And also...
he needs to get with a mathematician because he doesn't know the math. And he needs someone to mathematically describe his geometric figures.
Another reason it was so hard to listen to is because when Eric did begin to give very detailed responses, it was quite a bit above my head in a lot of those mathematical concepts he's talking about.
Yeah.
And maybe if I was watching with some visual aid, it would have been easier to follow. But just listening while
it's hard
working,
to follow, yeah.
I had to cut it off and go back to just a regular comedy pod.
It's hard to follow.
But I'm glad he did that, and I'm glad he was as respectful as he was.
Dude,
extremely respectful.
Exactly how science should be done.
Yes.
It was like I applaud both of them. One for being humble enough to sit there and take it without acting like a bitch.
Oh yes, very much respectful. Mutually respectful.
Eric actually listening and diagnosing what he's saying point for point.
Yes, Eric's whole perspective was, I need to be able to discuss this with Terrence one-on-one so that I know I'm not drawing conclusions in my own head
Without
that aren't
understanding.
exactly what he's actually getting at.
Right.
And Eric was saying how he thought it was so admirable that Terrence had obviously taught himself all of this. And I like you're saying, it was a beautiful example of how those type of discussions should be had.
Yeah.
Beautiful example. Mutually respectful.
More people, that's how everyone wants it to happen.
And truly.
And not this like half and half, like, okay, I'm going to do a video and respond to what you said on your video, and then we're going to go back and forth with it. No.
Right.
Get face to face and have a live conversation.
And there was really no agenda. I mean, Terrence's agenda is just to say that he's right and try and make an argument based on that. And then Eric's agenda is strictly education. And that's how it should be done. It shouldn't be, I'm right because I'm right. It should be like, we all have something to learn from this. Let's sit down and talk about it.
Absolutely.
And that's beautiful. That is how.
Right. And it's not like, hey, because you made this one point that is sort of exaggerated, I'm not going to throw out like he did the baby with the bathwater example,
right.
which is a great way to put it. Like, you know, you have a lot of dirty bathwater surrounding this thing that needs to be nurtured and grown.
Right.
And you don't want to just dismiss everything someone says.
Right, exactly. Which, to your credit, is what you were saying. And obviously, me, I tend to be a little more fiery. And I was more of the like, dude, fuck it, it's nonsense.
Well,
I don't wanna listen to
you were
it.
understandably upset at him for trying to teach people something that was incorrect.
The best word to describe how I felt in those first few days after listening to that is just simply frustrated.
Right.
It's just very frustrating that someone comes on that platform,
right.
which I think it is beautiful that Joe allows anybody on that, and he truly tries to find the truth. I think that's a wonderful thing.
Well, no,
hold on. But
sorry, Rob.
The frustrating part is that so many people don't have the capacity to watch that and say, no, that's not correct.
Right.
So many people's response to that initial interview was, holy shit, this dude's a genius. Science is wrong. And that's what's frustrating.
It's crazy how people jump to that.
Yes.
But it's because they don't understand.
But it's funny that they don't understand either side, but they side with the guy who's being radical.
Right.
Which is, again, that's what's frustrating about it.
A lot of these people that
and Quinn made that point. He said, so, like, how can you argue that you're right when you don't even understand all sides of the argument?
Right.
And I think that's a very, very valid point.
A lot of these people that are kind of on Terrence's side probably didn't do great in school. They maybe didn't fit into the typical, education system well, and who can fucking blame them?
Oh yeah,
Nobody.
For sure.
Nobody.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean,
yeah, I don't blame the dude at all. Again, it was just coming from a place of frustration. I hope we don't get rained on. The sun just dipped behind the clouds, but it looks like it's blue sky still above us.
I can check out the radar real quick.
I think we'll be all right. While you check the radar, I will mention this episode might be right under an hour. Me and Blake are going to try to knock out 2 today so we can take next week off. And shit, what better spot to fucking sit here for
Chill.
2 hours and talk.
100%.
If we can avoid the rain.
Yeah, I have a wedding in Atlanta next weekend.
Never really I don't think I've ever even spent time in Atlanta. I think I've only passed through Atlanta. I don't think I've ever actually been to Atlanta.
It's far.
Hot Atlanta. It is very far.
It's far.
So when it comes to professional sports, I always go Charlotte unless Charlotte doesn't have a team. Like Charlotte doesn't have a baseball team, so you got to go Braves.
Location services disabled. What the fuck?
But like Charlotte has the Hornets and the Panthers. So as far as professional sports, that's what you got to go with. They're an hour away from us.
Yeah, no, for sure Charlotte. Or Charleston. Charleston's got a nice
minor league
Division II soccer team. USL.
Okay.
That's called the Charleston Battery. They have a stadium right on the water, right by Patriots Point.
Yeah.
It's a sick stadium.
Damn.
You can see the bridge and everything. It's sweet.
Ooh, that sounds like it'd be really nice.
It's sweet.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, dude, Charleston's got, they got everything in Charleston.
I think there's only a few cities that have Major League, NBA, and football, but don't have Major League Baseball teams. I know Charlotte's one. I believe New Orleans is one. I don't think New Orleans has a baseball team. They got the Pelicans for NBA, and they've got the Saints for football. I don't know. We talked about Wimbledon last time, right?
I just watched the final this morning.
Oh, really? I stopped paying attention to it.
Djokovic beat, Alvarez?
Alcaraz.
His name is, what is his first name? Carlos.
Yes, I believe so.
Alcaraz. He whooped up on Nadal, dude. He beat him 3-0.
Nadal or Djokovic?
Sorry, Djokovic. Jesus Christ. Sorry, Djokovic.
Alcaraz and Djokovic.
Djokovic in the Wimbledon final. He won last year.
Yes, he's the defending champion.
He beat Djokovic.
Oh, really?
Guess who won the year before?
Djokovic.
Djokovic.
So those are
for the
two best. That's the new Federer Nadal. Is Djokovic Alcaraz?
Dude,
that's what it's looking like right now.
Djokovic is 37.
But how old was Federer when he retired? And Nadal for that matter.
Younger than that.
Really?
Yep.
35. Still getting close. But obviously, like you're saying, Alcaraz is a lot younger.
Did you watch any of it?
I have not. I didn't. I watched that Alcaraz TFO that we talked about.
Bro.
I stopped paying attention.
Like that. Okay, first of all, Alcaraz is crazy because how do people get so insanely world class? He's 21 years old.
Jesus, really?
I
didn't know he was that young.
1 years old, man. Dude, you know what? Dude, I didn't even think about this.
I am such a failure.
Right? Dude, there's this. Okay, so in the Euros right now, there's this kid who's making a phenomenal debut as an international football player. His name is Lamine Yamal. He plays for Spain. He's 16 years old.
Really?
He's been the best player at the tournament. Arguably the best player at the tournament. He's 16, dog.
True prodigy.
No, he turned 17 yesterday.
And when I say prodigy, that isn't to take away from the work they've put in.
He went to the press conference with a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle mask. He was going to wear it during the thing, and the people were like, dude, give me the mask.
Wimbledon doesn't take that.
Dude, yeah, they do. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm saying Wimbledon is the most uptight.
No, this is Lamine Yamal.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Wimbledon. You're talking.
So Lamine Yamal is a soccer player.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Also by the way, he's also from Spain.
I missed that. I was still on tennis. My bad.
What is Spain? Spain's doing something right, dude. I don't know what it is.
I mean, it's the culture. I don't know.
I think there's a long history of also soccer and tennis in that country.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, dude, if you want to be super European, you play golf, tennis, and soccer. Like, I
love tennis.
Tennis is sweet, man. Yeah, I want to check out that par 3 course. I'm about to look up the name of it right now.
That'll be fun. You got a signal? I thought you were just having issues.
No, for some reason my location services were turned off. But we're good. We're not gonna have. I don't think we're gonna have any rain on us.
It looks like there may be some storms far off on the horizon, but yeah, we'll be all right.
All right, so it is called Riverside Golf Center.
Aptly named,
I think.
I'm pretty sure I know exactly what you're talking about because I used to pass that course on my way to Myrtle Beach all the time.
They don't have a website.
We'll check it out.
Dude, I want to go play. It looks like a pretty cool little par 3 course.
If anything, we could always hit up Whitmire whenever you had some time to get up to Union.
Yeah, that's true.
Or if, I don't know, I'm sure Whitmire is going to be a hell of a lot cheaper to play than any of the places in Columbia down your way.
Oh, do you even have to pay a Whitmire?
I think it's like $10. It's like a drop box. It's just a honor system.
I'd be down.
I think it's like $10.
I'd be down to play for sure.
God, that'd be fun. Just get out there, do 9. Maybe set up, record the podcast either after or before.
For sure. That sounds like a move.
If we could just get a whole day where you're free.
That sounds like a move, dude. I want to play it. Dude, I love playing golf. I just don't have the time or money to, like, get good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard because it's time consuming. Like, I guess if you have a nice spot close to your house, you can go to, like, a range.
Yeah, yeah.
But, like, it's time consuming and expensive.
For sure.
That's the problem.
I mean,
I love stuff you can do anywhere, dude. Like, I love the fact that I can keep a kendama and a soccer ball in my car and basically entertain myself until I die. Like I don't need anything
Yeah.
else. I can
Yeah.
do it anywhere. If I got a brick wall, I can kick the ball against it. If I don't, I can just, you know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
You don't need much.
Yeah, you don't need much at all.
With golf, you just need so much. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's very
Like,
true.
it's
That was kind of my transition to BMX from skating, because a bike can go anywhere, but a skateboard can't. So
It's
there was
more versatile.
Right, like you can go to a dirt track, you can still go to the skate park, you can just ride downtown, you ride grass, the trails, anything. Like it's more, if you especially living around here where there's a lot of mountain bike trails and shit like that, and nice parks, it's a lot more. You get a lot more use out of a bike, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah.
Man, we picked a good
I just
spot.
can't take that seat in my ass, bro.
Well, you're standing all the whole. I mean, 90% of the time on a BMX,
I
you're standing.
can't take that, dude. Do you think those like guys who like I'm talking you know I don't understand how so many middle-aged fat white guys bike. Like I don't like why do they have to wear tights too? It's fucking ridiculous. How do they take that seat in their ass?
Bro, I don't like it.
You tell me.
I don't like the spandex.
In their ass.
You're not Lance fucking Armstrong. You don't need to save
You don't need
2
any
seconds.
spandex.
You don't need to save half a second per mile while you're out trying. Wear jeans or gym shorts.
Just wear athletic shorts for God's sake.
Jesus.
They don't
Stop
have
wearing
to-
spandex. You're not Lance fucking Armstrong.
Get that spandex off your belly,
Dude.
for God's sakes.
Ugh.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, I completely agree with you. Stop it.
Let me ride 50 miles on my bike on the lowest gear, on the highest gear possible, and then need to eat 2 pizzas.
Unless you are currently earning money.
I got a carb load for my bike ride, bro.
Unless you are currently earning money through cycling, stop wearing spandex.
No amateurs allowed.
You don't need to save time per mile. You just don't. Stop it. Just stop it.
Oh God, this is why I hate bikers, bro.
I am a biker.
Not BMX. No. BMX
Cyclists.
bikers. Yeah,
Cyclists.
yeah. Cyclist. Yeah. How
Man.
dare you,
Like,
dude? You better wear a helmet though, man. You don't wear a helmet, do you?
I've made head to concrete contact a couple times. It's not fun.
I mean, I never wore one when I was boarding either, so I
Right.
can't say much.
No, I mean, there were times, if I knew that I was going to the skate park in order to try something that made me a little uncomfortable, I would always have a helmet on, and I would keep a helmet in the truck just because sometimes, I mean, obviously what I'm saying is completely stupid. If you're on the bike, you should be wearing a helmet because anything could happen, even when you're doing stuff you're very comfortable with, and even when you're grinding a ledge that's only a foot off the ground, you can still easily get concussed. But I would treat it like if it's more of a casual riding day, if I know I'm not going to be trying anything out of my comfort zone, I'm not wearing a helmet. But if I'm showing up purposefully to chase a trick, then yeah, I'll keep the helmet on because it also gives you a little more confidence. You put some pads
you're
and a
not as
helmet
worried,
on.
yeah.
You get a little bit more confidence trying some stuff that's a little outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, I've rarely.
There's no shame in wearing a helmet.
No, and it's a lot more accepted now. There's all of the best bikers in the world currently wear helmets all of the time because they're doing more wild shit than ever before. They're doing fucking backflips on concrete on the street, not in a fucking quarter pipe. They'll hit like a curb and do a backflip. It's ridiculous what people are doing these days.
Crazy, bro.
That I'm gonna blank on his name. I believe he's a Irish dude, and he's a mountain biker, balanced mountain biker. He rode across a tennis net. Yes,
How
2
tight
wheels
was the bitch?
balanced
Damn.
on a tennis net. Rode all the way across it.
That's insane.
This dude is. I really wish I could remember his name. When the camera cuts again, I am going to look around and see if I can get a better eyeball on the clouds because there's some rolling in. They don't look dark enough to be rain clouds.
Where are we at? Are we?
Probably 40, 45 minutes.
Oh, I got you.
I say we'll go another 10. If the camera's not off, we'll wrap it up.
Dude, there's this guy I've been following. You're just speaking on guys who do crazy random shit who get no recognition. There's this guy online. His name's Soccer Samurai,
Yeah.
and he does the craziest skill, like juggling, ball receiving, and sending. So, like he'll fire a ball at a brick wall, and then it'll shoot back at him, and he'll control it perfectly.
Trap it, yeah.
Like, or catch it on a crazy juggle.
Dude, I watch every now
he's
and
nuts.
then. Every now and then, a couple of those clips will pop up on my feed, and I saw this dude who was like, it was like 5 dudes that were like, who can do it better?
You know who's fire at it?
And they were
Japanese people.
Oh, yeah.
Freestyle soccer.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good freestyle Japanese players.
Probably in Spain as well. A lot. There's a lot of street soccer going down in Spain.
France, Brazil, Spain, yeah.
But they were like launching the ball like probably 40 yards. And then the guy would kick it back, or the ball would come to them, and he would like either hop up with 2 feet and trap it by standing on it,
nuts.
or like catch it like that, like right there, lock it in the thing, and then like immediately like toss it, juggle it twice, and whip it back to the other dude, and it like perfectly goes to the other dude right in the chest at like 40 yards.
Skills.
And one dude, it was coming at him, and he leaned forward and trapped it right here behind his back. And then like tossed it back up.
It's incredible.
Dude, I was very impressed.
Dude, it makes my hamstrings so tight when you're juggling, because you're constantly just contract. Like, you gotta be doing some lengthening on the opposite side.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's if you're not, your hamstrings are gonna get tight as fuck, or your hip flexors, are gonna get tight as fuck.
The number one thing I enjoy about sports is just seeing the insane athletic ability of professional human beings.
Dude, but what always makes the most elite ones? The ones that have the brain.
Yes.
To go along.
The ball sense, or the sense of the sport. What's the word I'm looking for? It's different in different sports, but like in football, for instance, it's like your ability to read the play is
right.
going to exceed your ability to actually throw and run. If you can read a block and read a play.
Even the way I'm thinking about it,
game sense. That's what that's the term I'm going for.
But even the way I'm thinking about it, like, let's say, like, the ball doesn't care, because I always see people talking about, like, let's say in soccer, your body position when you hit the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, your body needs to be in the position. The ball doesn't care what position your body's in. It only cares how it's struck.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. The angle of contact.
So if I have an understanding of physics.
Right.
And I understand, it's all has to do with the way this ball is made contact with.
Right.
The direction, the speed, everything like that. It has nothing to do with the way my body looks when I do it.
It's all angle and velocity.
But exactly. So I'm just saying that, if someone understands, they have a mind that is smart and can understand things and pick things apart, that lends itself to sports.
Yes.
And intelligence lends it. So people think athletes are stupid, like the best athletes are stupid. That's nonsense. They just have a different sort of intelligence.
It's a physical intelligence in a way.
Right. And it's crazy how some people understand physics so well, and they couldn't explain it to you mathematically,
right.
But they just know how to invoke the change that they want.
Yes, they understand the application of the physics, even if they can't solve an equation for you.
Right, but they understand it. They can perform it beautifully.
Intuitively, they have a connection. Oh, my bad.
They know. No, you're good. They know if they hit a ball a certain way.
Dude,
I listened to
I'm
Phil
fully
Mickelson. Dude, you're in the water.
I'm in the water. I'm not complaining at all.
But I was listening to Phil Mickelson break down a golf shot. He was like, which way of the grain of the grass going? What time of day is it? What's the temperature outside? Is there any wind? Like, is the grass, long or short?
Is that a train?
I hear it, yeah.
Yeah. That's not going to be audible through the mics.
But it's not like he learned that in school.
My bad. I was distracted. Can you say that again?
No. I was talking about Phil Mickelson was breaking down,
train.
like, how he analyzes a golf shot.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, okay, what time of day is it? What's the temperature outside? Is the grass in the sun or is it in the shade? Is it moist? Is it wet? What direction is the grain of the grass going? What club am I going to use? Is there any, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
this is not something that he learned in school. He has the ability to address and understand that all these different variables play a factor in his golf shot.
Yeah.
When someone else who is damn good at golf they might not have that understanding.
They just can aim and hit.
Right. That's what he has a different understanding, which separates him.
Like, even my dumbass would be like, the time of day, really? And then, like, somebody who's really, like, that into golf
No,
is
it's
like, dude, yes.
The air pressure is different in the morning.
Pressure, the humidity.
Right.
You're going to have more drag if there's more moisture in the air, I would assume.
Especially in South Carolina. I'm literally walking through, like, I'm walking in South Carolina, and I'll just feel a raindrop condense on my face because it's so humid. Like, I'll literally hit water out of the air.
I hope that didn't hit the lens.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you'll literally hit condensation as you're walking.
Yeah. It's been rough. Dude, the Wednesday, I showed up at Lowe's to build some shit, do my job.
Right.
And they were having some, like, appreciation day for a certain section of their staff for their MST, which I think is like merchandising and safety team or something like that. Anyway, they fully had my area blocked off because they were having like food. They were eating breakfast. And so I had to work outside. I spent 3 hours on Wednesday building picnic tables outside. And when I finished, I was like, I got to go home. I was soaked. My shirt was literally my shirt was so soaked, it looked like it was dry. Because it was all the same color.
That's rough.
And my underwear was even completely soaked. I was like, I'm done for the day.
That's the first thing I sweat through is my underwear.
I sweat from my shins a lot. Like, if I'm outside, I'll start getting a lot of sweat right here on my shins. But
dude, it's immediately my ass and my, like, front of my, like, I'll sweat like right here, like a lower stomach area, and it just soaks my underwear. It's ridiculous.
I'm prone to some pretty rough swamp ass.
But see, my sweat doesn't stink.
I'll get stinky. I'm not. I'll get a little stinky.
Like, if I get really sweaty, like outside in the heat, I don't stink.
Yeah.
But if I'm like sitting inside at my desk and I'm like stress sweating,
that's different type of. Yeah.
It smells awful.
Like,
I smell awful.
Like, when I'm outside working, and probably honestly how I smell right now, I've been sweating my ass off. I don't smell like BO. I just smell like sweat. There's a distinct difference between like a body odor and you just smell like you've been drenched in sweat.
Right.
One's like a working sweat, and one's like you're saying almost like a nervous sweat is more of that like oniony, just like nasty body odor smell. And then if you've just been working out in the sun and you just smell like sweat, it's a different type of odor that I don't think is quite as obtrusive.
No.
It still doesn't smell good, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's as obtrusive as like you just smell like you haven't showered in 4 days.
Right.
That's way worse.
Golly, dude. That is weird how that works because the volume is way like I'll have obviously way more sweat if I'm outside, but
maybe that's because like maybe when you're pouring sweat when you're working outside, it's truly just more of moisture loss because you're trying to cool yourself down, whereas a nervous sweat may be a makeup of different chemicals within your body because you're not sweating to try and cool off like you are when you're working in the heat.
It sucks because in South Carolina, because it's so humid, your sweat just sits on you. So I've noticed when I wipe my sweat off of me, I get like, ooh. Yeah. I get like a shiver. And I'm like, oh, that's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
Like if I was in the desert, it would just evaporate off of me.
I remember when I was at the Grand Canyon, it's a dry heat, and like you don't even know that you're sweating because you're not wet.
Right.
But then we like took a break on the trail, and I took my backpack off, and my back where the backpack was pressing my shirt to my back, that was completely soaked because it wasn't able to evaporate. Soaked to the point where I thought my camelback was leaking because I was completely dry except my back. It turns out I was just sweating my ass off, but it was actually working.
That's crazy.
It was doing what it's supposed to do. But we should probably go ahead and wrap up before the camera cuts off again. We'll be back next week coming from you in the same spot in the same clothes. We're not at all going to try and make it look like we recorded this on 2 separate days. But if you want to write into the show, upacreek at thepaddlepod.com. Send us some suggestions to talk about. Give us some feedback on the show. Let us know how long you've been listening. All of the above. Fucking send us your hate mail.
Please.
And we'll be back with you in a few minutes for episode 53. See you guys next week. Oh, and perfect timing. The camera just cut off. All right. Appreciate you guys.
And we're out.